From the studio of WTAP Plus, you're watching Women of the MOV with host Phyllis Smith.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Women of the MOV podcast. Today, I am here with Dr. Heather McCarter. She is a chiropractor and small business owner. Hello, Dr. McCarter. How are you?
Hello. I'm really good. Thank you.
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, Dr. McCarter is a fantastic chiropractor. I remember when my back was all out of sorts.
Thank you.
You helped get me all correct, all right again. So can you tell me a little bit more about your journey to becoming a chiropractor?
Yes. Actually, my father moved us here from Illinois in 1977. I was 4 years old. And he had just received his chiropractic doctorate and chose to come to West Virginia. We are from Illinois, and he chose to come to West Virginia just to start a whole new, fresh life outside of family obligations. And so I was exposed to it growing up. I actually wanted to be a radiologist, and then I had an epiphany at 19 that I was supposed to be a natural healer. So I was at WVU and 19 years old, and I was still pre-med, so I was right on course. And once I graduated from there, I went to chiropractic school for 4 years, and I've never really looked back. It's been a wonderful journey.
I forgot that it's like a family affair for the McCarters.
Yeah, it has been. Which has been really, it's been a really good journey.
Yeah, and what was that epiphany? Did you just
I was walking down
it?
High Street in Morgantown, West Virginia, and it just stopped me. It was almost like a voice that didn't really have words. It was an all-knowing, and it said, "You're a natural healer. You need to work with your hands." And then I followed that path through chiropractic, clinical nutrition, and just working with the body to heal the body, and it's really great.
Well, you definitely healed me, so.
No, you really healed yourself. I was just the instrument, for sure.
But so I know a lot of people kind of think different things about chiropractic medicine. What would you tell people about it?
Well, when I first started, you get a lot of, I don't believe in chiropractic, so I'm first to say that it's not a religion. You don't really have a choice if you can believe in it or not. It's a science. So that's fine that you don't want to actively pursue that sort of treatment. But I think there has been a huge shift in the paradigm of what working with the body to heal the body actually does for a person. And so when you're putting bones back in alignment, removing pressure off nerves, the brain can talk to the body talks to the brain. There's magnificent healing. So it's not just a pain control. It can help with pregnancy, it can help with heartburn, it can help with headaches, it helps with eyesight. There's so many things that if it's the nervous system that is the problem, then chiropractic will help you.
Yeah, I know even like if you have TMJ, you can do stuff like...
Yeah, anything that's a joint. We adjust jaws and ankles and knees and feet and
everything.
Anything that's movable that could be impinging. Mobilization really provides a lot of not only comfort, but communication between brain and body.
Who's your chiropractor? Is it your dad?
Well,
do you do family sessions?
It was my dad forever and my brother forever, and I seek treatment also from a couple local chiropractors. So I see Dr. John and Letty Urban in Ohio. I graduated with both of them, ironically, in my same exact class. We graduated in 1999 from Palmer College of Chiropractic, so I really value their care. And they're out in the Warren School District area, and my brother will adjust me. Callie Rader will adjust me at Dawn Wellness. Rocky McHale will adjust me, so it just depends.
Yeah, I was like, I think her brother also is a chiropractor.
Yes.
So it must be really cool to, if you have like a question or like you want some insight or something.
Yeah, there's some good haggling.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So are you all in practice together, or you have your own practice?
I'm on my own for now. And it's been that way since about 2022. And I had a large multidisciplinary practice with multiple chiropractors, physical therapy, massage therapy, clinical nutrition, and cold laser. And I've recently started to downsize as I focus on expanding more with my clinical nutrition and chiropractic and sound therapy. And I'll be solely located in Marietta, probably within the next year. Marietta, Ohio. I have a second facility that I have opened in an 1899 stone house on the river, and It's very convenient near my own house. So that's my next phase of my journey.
What is sound therapy? I've never heard of that.
Well, there's different frequencies that you can use. Frequencies, every organ is made up of different vibrational frequencies. So therefore, really? Depending on the sound emitted, you can break up stored emotion. You can break up stored energy that is toxic to that organ tissue. It helps also with pathogen eradication, meaning like Lyme, bacterial stealth pathogens, we call them. That could be Epstein-Barr virus. That could be parasites. I really work with more detoxification, but that is nutritional, detoxifying nutritional protocols. But sound therapy and frequency therapy add a whole different level of working to heal the body. And I also have vibroacoustic therapy, which is a sound bed, that when you listen to those frequencies, the bed emits that vibration. And that system then takes that sound, vibrates it through you, which then goes through our fascia, which then vibrates the cell and alleviates memories of shock and trauma and helps to push out the toxin.
It sounds like pretty cutting edge,
it's really cutting
technology.
Edge. And sound therapy, as much as it's cutting edge, it's been around for centuries too. You know,
really?
So vibrational platforms are pretty profound. We don't hear a lot about it here. It's a smaller area that gets things years later. You know, in the paradigm of natural healing and more big city techniques, but I'm excited to offer these things in the future.
Yes, that sounds really cool. And being a small business owner, that's a big deal.
It is in this world of insurance and healthcare. You know, there's the reason why a lot of physicians are in hospitals. It'll drive you mad. But I'm paving a whole new path for me, and we've really stayed on top of it. I've had a good team all these years. You can't do it alone, and especially downsizing to more, taking my whole multidisciplinary paradigm and downsizing it to me as the energetic portal has been it's just been a very interesting path. But over 27 years and many amazing staff members along the way, team members that have allowed me to be who I am to this community as a healer. I'm very grateful for it.
And you're local too, which is cool. You
Yeah.
went to PHS. We're both Red Wings.
Yes, we were. Mrs. Berlotti was such a wonderful role model. You know, so was Susan Gardner. I was track captain in my years. I went to high school 89 to 91. Paved the way from Hamilton to PHS. I've really just had an incredible journey my whole life. I loved high school. I loved college. I love chiropractic school. I really love learning and expanding. I'm constantly learning. Next month, I continue on my 210th hour of carbon detoxification. So I deep dive so I can help you at the very best.
It sounds like you've loved movement all your life. Sounds like.
I really do.
Yeah.
And prior to that, I did ballet with Mrs. Velma Schrader, another dominant force in making you do your very best, pushing you to do your very best, taking, you can't do anything less than that with these women.
Right. I was going to ask you, has there ever been anyone that you have helped along your journey that has really stuck with you?
Oh my gosh.
There's probably a lot.
There's so many. I don't know. And, of course, I can't really talk,
Right.
If we have to talk currently, I did not want to be a Lyme specialist. They call them Lyme literate.
We literally had a story about Lyme disease today.
Okay. So as with Lyme literacy, living in Appalachia, I become really vastly in depth with detoxification of mold, parasites, yeast.
Mold is like a bit like in people's
houses.
It's
really profound. And also, we live in the Mid-Ohio Valley, the toxic load and the Roundup and the genetically modified foods. So my carbon is alive and it binds to these toxicities. And when you remove the toxin, you reverse the disease. So I really pushed against doing Lyme's because it's so difficult. Every patient is unique, and I treat every patient unique. There's no cookie cutter protocol that I ever do. But when it's Lyme's, it's 2 steps forward, a somersault backwards.
Are you talking about Lyme disease?
Lyme's disease,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So being a Lyme literate doctor takes a lot of education and a long journey path. So about 2.5 years into it and continue to grow. But it's highly successful that way. But yes, when you get somebody, when you line someone and they become pregnant, or, I work with somebody nutritionally and their cancer is completely reversed because you remove the toxin, which reverses the disease. When people can walk again, when people don't have headaches every day, sometimes it's just the most simple. And it's always amazing to adjust a newborn infant and to care for the most elderly. It's humbling. I'm humbled every day, not only by the gift of healing that I can offer, but also by the stories of people.
I'm sure everybody's, body can be wildly different.
Everybody is completely wildly different.
Yes. Yes.
And beyond that, it's just, I swear, if I just wrote a book every day, I could have...
Yeah, you could write a whole memoir or something.
It just would be amazing. 'Cause
Yeah.
the journey of people and the lives of people, I love the diversity of people. So every day is magical for me that way.
You probably see, all walks of life, coming in.
Life.
And I feel like so many people are in pain.
And if they're not, in emotional pain, mental pain, the world is a very interestingly high-paced, stressful world, and we even battle that ourselves. How do we balance? How do we find joy in the midst of all the pressures of the world or the worries of the world, and to try to just stay positive to actually vibe the life that you really deserve, that it's your birthright. So,
And I feel like sometimes emotional pain, transmutes into actual physical
the
symptoms.
thing with emotional pain is if you do not resolve it or face it, you absorb it. And you absorb it cellularly, and then you store it cellularly. So and that's why there's so much from childhood, because you couldn't process it, and if you can't process it, you absorb it and you hold it. And that's until you release that memory or that hold, then you are holding it intracellularly, which then transmits to pain or mental demise or intestinal demise or
Demise, not good. So I know you've been a chiropractor for a long time. Has there been anything that you've kind of learned in your 27 years that you'd like to share, maybe that people don't realize about their bodies?
Well, you have the full ability to heal yourself, if there's no interference. With chiropractic, you're really removing the interference so the body can function at the highest possibility. We're run on the energetics of a nervous system. So when you release that impingement, then the body can communicate and heal. But, as far as how does the human body work, it's really that basic. So, from a medical model, we need the medical model, but that is to fix from the outside in rather than inside out. Mm-hmm. So to work with the body on a nutritional level and give the ingredients back or remove the electrical interference, then it's really working with a machine and finding which parts are a little off, and then tweaking that, and then the body works as a whole again. I'm not fixing parts. I'm really trying to put the whole algorithm together when I'm working with you as your healer. So we're not made up of a bunch of parts. We're one continuum, and if one part's off, if you cut off a gallbladder, then you only have stomach acid and you only have a pancreatic enzyme. If you reduce communication, let's say the lower thoracic is out and the communication to the kidneys messed up, then you're not going to process right. And then you're going to end up with backed up toxins that don't get processed. So these are just little examples. Chiropractic's so much bigger than cracking your back.
Sounds like everything's interconnected.
Everything is interconnected.
Yes. It's amazing. Like if you have a hangnail or something, like that's all you can think about. Like there's all that pain, or if you have like an injury, that's all you think about, and that's kind of crazy to think how interconnected it all is.
It really is.
Yeah. And so has there been anything that you've learned being a small business owner, or any challenges that you've had to overcome, or were you intimidated by the prospect?
I was intimidated on going out on my own, and I had the gift of having my father, and then the gift of that is really how do you actually find yourself within that. So you think it's a gift, and then you have to unfold out of it to then build your own paradigm. And then nobody in one family does things the same. And I fortunately, it was always my goal to never divorce my family. I was going to leave. I was going to leave after 1 year. I was going to Asheville. It's like, bye, Dad.
Bye.
And then I purchased the building on Emerson Avenue because I had the expansive paradigm. I learned they teach you in chiropractic school, and I think they teach you in anything, whatever discipline you're in, that you are the discipline. You are going to save that person from everything, and you're going to fix it. Well, when I realized that I couldn't completely fix it, that's when I added massage therapy, physical therapy, and clinical nutrition. So I could get it from all angles. If I couldn't help you, my goal is always to find out who can help you. And if it's not even within my facility, then I'm a very diligent differential diagnostician, and I will refer you to your orthopedist, to a surgical consult, to the endocrinologist, back to your PCP. I'm very set on, if I can't fix you, I can bridge you.
So do you do like blood panels?
A chiropractor is able to, I order all blood labs, and I work with a lot of ancillary labs. So what does that mean? Hair mineral analysis to see heavy metals in you. Tick-borne illness disease tests that are PCR digital tests that tell me if you have Borrelia, Babesia, Bartonella, tick-borne illness, other stealth pathogenic co-infections. I do female hormone saliva panels. I work in co-care and in tandem with gynecologists, general practitioners, nurse practitioners, orthopedists, surgeons. I mean, I refer out all day.
Wow, it's like a team effort.
It is for the patient. I don't think there's many physicians that go, and I don't even mean this in an egotistical way. I take it to the nth degree. My empathic nature for the human experience to get what they deserve. In an age of negligence, as I call the healthcare industry, is an age of negligence. And I don't think it's due to the doctors as much as the administration and the health insurance industry dictating care. So if I can go around that and do the best for you, then that's the ultimate goal every time.
And you were saying something earlier, you can do alignment to help someone get someone pregnant? Is that?
If the nervous system is the problem, the lack of communication from the organ to the brain or the brain to the organ, then that organ cannot respond efficiently to do its job. I don't care if that's a thyroid, the upper palate, the uterus, the big toe, the jaw, as you said, the twitching eyelid, the rapid heart rate, the lack of function of the vagus nerve, stomach aches, sore throats, immunity. The nervous system runs our body. It's our electrical system.
Wow, I never heard that before.
No, we don't grow up learning about the body. I think it's one of the biggest blasphemies is that we're not taught about the human body that our spirit lives in, and we're not taught finances in high school to the point that we can not only know what's going on with us in an educated way that we can even be a part of our health care, but also like how do we pay taxes?
My mom and I literally were talking about this today. We're
like how, I think we got like, this is how you write a check. Well, that's darn near obsolete at this point, so.
Yeah, or, magma is molten lava or whatever, like that's the kind of stuff we learn. I was going to ask so many things I want to ask you. Okay, so has there ever been a time where you felt really like downtrodden, or you were like, oh my gosh, I don't know how much like I can take? Like, have you ever like reached a low point?
Yes.
And how did you come up out of that, or what?
You either change your paradigm, or usually when you are that downtrodden, then you are. Every time that I have been at that point, which there's multiple, I mean, we all have that, then you're not expanding at the rate that your spirit really wants you to be expanding. And I really think you're just selling yourself short, so therefore you become really, if you're not making the move, or if you're not changing the system because it's not working, or you're not expanding, or you're not giving yourself enough time, or you're not serving yourself within serving others, or running your business, or living your life. Yeah, I've just now started to climb out of one right now with some major changes. So menopause didn't help with that either. There's a perception problem. There's a hormonic shift. And so, there's been many times. And when you look back on them, you said earlier, a long time, I've been practicing 27 years now. Went to 8 years of college, 27 years here. It doesn't seem like it adds up to 53 years old. But, of course, we have those valleys, and then we have the mountaintop that we climb to, and then think you're sitting pretty, and then all of a sudden you're in the valley again. You're like, how did I get here? But then when you look back 27 years, you're not as fearful anymore because you've made it through all of them. I sometimes look back, I'm like, what am I worrying about? I figured it out the whole time.
Right. Yeah, there's things in college I was so upset about, and now I'm like, what?
Like, why didn't I go to that concert? Why did I do that lab report? I could have been to that concert.
Yeah, and it's like, now I can't even remember, like, much of that stuff. But, when you're young, like, you're just like, it's the end of the world. Like,
yeah. I even thought about that today. I was like, wow, do you just laugh at yourself when you're 70 and be like, what the heck was I doing? I wasted so much time worrying.
Yes. But, and I was also going to ask you, acupuncture, is that part of your practice?
There's some really great acupuncturists. I go to an acupuncturist in Marietta, and she does wonders energetically on me. It really releases so much at a level that is deeper even energetically than the nervous system. They run congruent, but it's your energetic system. It's the meridians and the chakras, that are really, and everything portals through there to be directed. So I have never received my own acupuncture add-on degree. A chiropractor can get, just a small 100-hour or something add-on. I'm such a OCD learner that I want the whole degree.
Yes.
So I've never practiced it. I did just reach out to Columbus, to the college, to see about future students and are hiring an acupuncturist in the future, especially with the energetic and the sound and the clinical nutrition that I will be expanding more into as I move to Marietta over the next year.
Yes, again, that sounds kind of like something, in a big city. So that's really special.
Yeah, but the acupuncturists in town here that have been here are, there's a couple places that really offer some good care, and I highly recommend that to anybody.
Yes, I've never had it done before, but I've had friends that say it's really done wonders for them.
Yeah, and as long as you go to, I never wanted to be someone that was just doing acupuncture for pain control. I want to do acupuncture for deep health. So I do refer to those people and seek care from those people.
Is it kind of crazy, like, if you're
practitioners, I should say,
or is it kind of crazy if, like, you're in pain, like, what to do, or, like, I'm sure people are, like, always pestering you, like, what's wrong with me? How can you help me?
I get a lot of questions on general health too, just because I am such a vast algorithm builder of differential diagnostics, of what's going on. Since I do functional clinical nutrition just as much as I see 20, 25 clinical nutrition patients a week on top of maybe 25 to 40 patients chiropractically on any given day. So allowing for that is working with the body to, so let's say Synthroid isn't working for you, then how can I functionally make the thyroid work better and get the thyroid hormone into the cell? So there's people that come to me, and of course they ask me pain questions, of course they ask me health questions, and then people joke will be, I wish you were this doctor so you could treat me for this too, but I do, I'm proud of how I work with people with this way.
It sounds like you have, like, a lot of knowledge about a lot of different things.
And it's your forte, and I really enjoy the path. So I'm constantly learning, and I learn, almost as much from my patients as I do from the baseline knowledge of seminars. We're supposed to do 18 a year, and I probably do anywhere from 36 to 72 hours.
Oh, so we got an overachiever, yeah.
I just have always kind of been that geek out girl when it comes to learning, and it's, and I don't care if it's welding or if it's healthcare, if it's podcasts and being on the air like you do it so natural. I'd be horrible at it.
I love attention.
You're just a natural, and I think
you.
if you really have a passion for what you're doing, it shines through.
Yes. I was, how you said you had a vision at 19 that this was what you were supposed to be doing. I'm sure that there are so many people that wish they had the same, clarity with their vision.
It's really a gift to really know your purpose and your passion. Just like you're finding that perfect mate, to know what you want to do and you're really serving that your whole life. I couldn't be more grateful. And then I push that onward towards the people that I am allowed, that do allow me to participate in their healthcare, and I'm just very grateful for it.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. McCarter, is there anything else you'd like to add, or have there been any challenges in the field that you've run into, or are there?
I think the biggest challenges are limitations set by insurance. You know, the challenge of being a chiropractor to me is all in your head. You know, I'm done with that. These theories of what people try to project on me. You know, I'm never going to be marginalized. I've never felt marginalized in any aspect of my life. I'm not going to start now by somebody trying to pigeonhole me. And that could be politically, in healthcare, with anything. I just don't care what they think that way.
Isn't that great? Isn't that a great feeling?
It is a
when you
great
just
feeling.
Don't
It's just
care.
You know, if you have integrity and you have your own truth and you're passionate for people and you love life, then I think that you're doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be a chiropractor. I love clinical nutrition. I love working with the body to heal the body. I think I'm building and continuing to build and grow in the same paradigm that I started with 27 years ago. And that's such a gift. It's really a gift for me, and it's a gift for me to serve others. So.
And the clinical nutrition, was that something separate from chiropractor?
It's within our degree and our scope. Uh-huh. And I have many certifications, many certifications. It's just something I've expanded on. So I graduated chiropractic school in 1999, and I've been doing this since 2003. And so 23 years later, I just have a really good knowledge base of not only how the body works, but what to do to help improve, whether that's the med you're on, whether it's not that the med is not working. So really just feeding the system, re-inoculating a microbiome, removing the toxicity so the body heals itself. Like I said earlier, remove the toxin, reverse the disease.
Do you also deal with diet?
You know, I'm not a dietitian, but I work a lot with dietary recommendations for inflammatory processes, because we're also inflamed, but also working with I'm very focused on protein and fiber. Of course, I go over the macros, meaning carbohydrates, proteins, fats. But what is your intake? Most people are eating horribly. They eat horrible. They don't get enough fiber. They don't get enough protein. And especially on the GLP-1s and the GIPs, you know, working with the weight loss, there's you know, when you're on there, you're losing 10 to 25% of your muscle mass. Oh. So really working with people with allowing the liver to cleanse out the loss of the toxins stored in the fat, working with the protein to really try to maintain so they can lose the weight they need, reduce the fatty liver, or the blueprint of the high cholesterol and the high sugar on the inflammatory demise of the body, but also preserving muscle mass so they're not wasting away and then they get more problems later.
Sounds like it's all interconnected.
All interconnected. It really is.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to add before we go?
No, I just think that people, to think outside of the box, to work with the body, to heal the body on any of these levels that we talked about, is very promising. You know, if you're not getting the results from the medication or no answers from specialists, to me, that's the best, because that means you don't have something seriously wrong with you, and then we can reverse the disease.
Yes. That's great. Well, everyone, this was Dr. Heather McCarter. She's been a wonderful guest, and I will see you all next time.
Thank you so much, Phyllis.
Thanks for coming.